Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I am super excited because we're starting a new series here on the channel called Skincare Roundups. In this series, I'm going to be sharing with you my current top 3 and bottom 3 products for each step of our skincare routine. I thought the best place to start would be with the true non-negotiable step, sunscreen. No skincare routine is complete without topping it off with a broad spectrum sunscreen, and I've honestly had to kiss a lot of frogs, find a lot of total fails before I've really latched onto the 3 holy grail products that I use day in, day out for my skincare routine. And that's really what I want to share with you in today's video. So sit back, relax, and let's talk all things sunscreen. Now, before we get into this, I would love to know what your current holy grail and total fail are when it comes to sunscreen. So sound off in the comments section below, because your recommendations and suggestions really do shape the products that I try in the future, and I'm always so grateful for them. Before we cut the waffle and delve in, just a quick reminder to do the usual YouTubey stuff. If you haven't already, if you could give this video a thumbs up and a like, it's a great way to support me and the channel. You guys know I'm always so grateful for your support. Also, did you know that nearly 80% of the people that watch the content here on Mad About Skin aren't part of our family? They haven't subscribed to the channel. If you're a regular viewer but haven't yet subscribed, why not gently caress that subscribe button and join us? We would love to have you as part of the family, and honestly, your support means the absolute world to me. Now, with all that being said, shall we delve in? And in the spirit of positivity, I want to start with the holy grails first. I've got 3 amazing sunscreens that I use day in, day out to share, and a quick honourable mention. I know I always cheat. I always throw in an honourable mention. That's just because I'm really bad at streamlining things down in these ranking style of videos. I'm going to start with that honourable mention first, which goes to the beauty of Jaxon Rice Relief Sunscreen. So I tried this 3 months ago and literally instantly fell in love. Since then, it's been out of stock everywhere. I think it's popular is really testament to just how good this sunscreen is, and I have got a couple on order now, and I honestly can't wait to have it back in my hands. I can't show you it in today's video because I used it to the last drop, cut the top off, scooped any residual out, as you should always do with your products, so I literally have nothing to share. But I did film like my first impressions of it and how it applies in a recent shorts video, which I'll leave a link to up there. Check it out if you want to see more about this sunscreen. It is literally one of my favourite sunscreens I think I've ever found. If anyone tells you that sunscreen really has to be greasy and sticky to be working, they're lying to you, and honestly, the beauty of Jaxon one proves that. This has been tested independently in 2 different labs, so you know you're getting that SPF of 50+ that the brand claims. Beyond just that, it literally disappears like that into the skin. There's no ashiness or white cast. There's no visible dewiness to the skin. It just looks like a good skin day when it's applied. Such a beautiful product, and it's got some really nice calming and soothing ingredients in here too. It's a great option if you have sensitive skin, because I think this one will layer beautifully, but also just calm and soothe everything alongside that. And whilst it's not super hydrating, it doesn't clump and bind to drier skin patches, and so I think again it will be wonderful for the oily skinned amongst us like myself, right the way through to the drier skin, though you might want to use it alongside a moisturiser if you have a super dry skin type. This total holy grail, and it's an honourable mention because I haven't got it to show with you here today, but don't worry, you will be seeing a lot more of it when it's back in my hands, back in stock, and I've left some links to where you can get your hands on it in the description box below, as I will for all the products. Now onto the top 3 proper, the ones I actually have to show. I want to start with this. This is the Nip and Pat Fab Purify. You guys have probably heard me talk about this quite a lot on the channel because it's a recent discovery, but one I'm absolutely loving. Now my skin type is oily and acne prone, and I do think of all the steps in our skincare routine, your sunscreen is the one you have to closely match to your skin type. So if you've got really dry skin, you're going to want to go for one that's more nourishing and hydrating and use it alongside a moisturiser. If like me, you have super oily skin, you might want to go for something lightweight. I've kept in my recommendations today the sunscreens I think kind of work for all skin types, so I will caveat things as we go along. This gives a nice level of hydration. If you're oily and acne prone, this will work as your moisturiser and your sunscreen in one, which I love. Cut a step out, streamline, it's all good. If you have a dry skin type, you're going to want to use it alongside your moisturiser, but still, it's definitely worth the splurge. So it's not super drugstore, but it's also not really high-end price point for the formulation. You put this onto the skin and it disappears like that. This is something I'm increasingly looking for. Elegance really matters to me in a sunscreen, because whilst people say put formulation and proof of the SPF above all else, which is absolutely true, I do think the elegance of application really counts, because the best sunscreens are the ones that you want to reach for and use day in, day out. This disappears without a trace into the skin. It's slightly more dewy in terms of the finish than the beauty of Jaxon one, but that's quite nice, because again, it's hydrating. It does give you a light, cheeky glow up through the day, which I personally really like. This just blends so well. It's got a light fragrance to it, which, you know, I'm going to call out because not everybody wants fragrance in their skincare, but I like it in sunscreens because some of the chemicals used can be a little bit pungent, and this masks it beautifully. It dries down after like 20 seconds and just leaves behind a beautiful veil of hydration. Suitable for all skin tones, which is a huge tick in the box. Just a really, really great product. Now, I quickly ran to wash my hand off camera because I can't be layering sunscreen on sunscreen, but I now want to come on to this product, which is the Jaxon Lane Rain or Shine. This so good. So, I know there is a little bit of stigma still in some sections of the population around using sunscreen. It can be really difficult to get men in particular to apply that sunscreen on a morning and reapply it during the day. This shouldn't be the case. You know what? All sunscreen, our skin needs that protection, male, female, or whatever. It really doesn't matter. You need that protection. But I do know out there, anecdotally, lots of you guys say, I just wish my husband, boyfriend would wear a sunscreen. If that is the case, this might actually be the one to try and convince them. Such a great product. This is Jaxon Lane, which is a brand that's very much directed towards male skincare, but you know what? It's universal. Any gender can use this product and love it. But I do think the packaging is quite appealing. It's got a certain aesthetic to it, and it disappears so seamlessly into the skin and acts as a moisturiser, and your sunscreen is perfect for that streamlined routine. Like I say, if your man refuses to apply a sunscreen on a morning, get them involved with this one, because actually a cleanse, throw this on, good to go. That's all you really need, and it is so nice on the skin. It's got a really easy applicator, which I like, especially because it's some sunscreens you dribble everywhere and you feel like you're wasting it. Not with this product. And when you apply it to the skin, just wait to see how this looks. It is so nice. So it disappears. After about 15 seconds, it's gone completely into the skin. It doesn't look like you're wearing anything at all. It's super lightweight. You'll forget you even have it on the skin, but it's just such a nice product. It's an SPF of 50+, and it's got a good UVA rating to it as well. But I think for me, the reason I reach for this is it's not heavily scented, which again, not everybody wants that in their life. Not everybody wants that overpowering, slightly floral, summery vibes that you get with sunscreens traditionally. But it disappears without a white cast, any ashiness, and just is a really nice product to apply on the skin. Like I say, anybody can use it, but this is specifically great, I would say. For anyone that's struggling to get the man in their life into sunscreen, you can literally just cleanse, apply this, and your skincare routine will be so good. Definitely one to call out because it's got some added skincare benefits such as panthenol and things alongside those great UV filters. Now finally, I want to come on to this product, the Bliss Block Star SPF 30. Now this is fantastic if you want a tinted sunscreen. Because this is mineral, the other two were purely chemical. This is a mineral sunscreen, which can leave a little bit of ashiness, a little bit of a white cast on the skin, because the mineral UV filters do have a white hue to them anyway, which is why when they're used in a decent quantity, you get that white cast. A lot of brands will offset that by using filters to kind of better match it to your skin tone, and this is what Bliss have done. Now this is going to be a little bit situational to your individual skin tone. This works beautifully on my skin tone or fairer. I think the deeper, darker and richer skin tones this probably won't work for, so I do want to call that out now, but both of the other two recommendations absolutely will. So you put this onto the skin and it almost goes on a bit like a tint, like a BB cream, if you know what I mean by that, but it just disappears without a trace. This is like the perfect match to my individual skin tone, and it just like guarantees a good skin day. It gives the very lightest amount of coverage, similar to a BB cream, if not a little bit lighter. Zero white cast, zero ashiness, a guaranteed good skin day, and this one is my favourite scent of all the ones. It's got like a bit of a lavendery scent to it, which again, something to call out in case you don't like fragrance in your sunscreen, but if you don't mind it, this is uplifting. It smells divine. It looks great on the skin. For my skin tone, this is like the first tinted sunscreen I've actually found that delivers, which is why it's definitely worthy of a place in the top 3. Now, with any ding holy grails, unfortunately follow some total fails, and the 3 that I've recently tried out, honestly, I just say stay away from. They just didn't really work, and I'm struggling to see who these might actually work for. Let's start with this product. This is the Face Theory Sunfragma SPF 50. Now, I originally raved about this, loved it. It's in a really nice balm consistency, great for people with drier skin types. I applied it and it worked really nice. It was a little bit dewy on my skin because I'm quite oily, but honestly, it delivered that protection. It felt so good and worked really nice to hydrate you on those drier skin days. The reason it's in the firm fail category is that Face Theory say that this lasts 12 months once opened. I had it open like 2 months and it started to separate, gunge up around the tube. It just really wasn't performing. Sometimes I'm not one of these people that really mind. Sometimes skincare does separate a little bit. I mix it back in and carry on with it. It doesn't bother me. But with sunscreen, I just think that's such a bad thing because that could be impacting the performance of those UV filters. This is just something I won't use again. It clearly doesn't last the 12 months that Face Theory claim, and that might be okay if you're going to use this in a month. That's fine, because I alternate sunscreens based on what my skin needs on that day. I got through a fraction of this tube and it's already separated, so this definitely didn't work for me. And I think Face Theory need to look at the preservatives that they use to really make sure that their products are performing at top performance for as long as possible. That one just didn't. Let's talk the Cicaplast Balm by La Roche-Posay, their SPF version. So the original Cicaplast Balm, literally game-changingly good. I did a standalone review of it, which I'll leave a link to up there if you want to check it out. They also do an SPF version. It's so thick. It's so goopy. It never disappears. It leaves the biggest sheen you've ever seen on the skin and was just a total disaster. I've been trying so much from La Roche-Posay because the brand have committed to going entirely cruelty-free this year. So I want to try some of their products. So I'm ready for a review as second they pull that trigger and give us that announcement that they are now a cruelty-free brand. I'll be the first to let you know with a full rundown of my favourite products from them. I was hoping that the Cicaplast Balm with SPF would be as good as the original Cicaplast Balm, which is game-changing. It wasn't. So thick, so goopy. It kind of, I don't know, it just never really worked into the skin. I don't know if you can see that. And just left like the biggest sheen imaginable. For me, it was just a firm pass. It did nothing that I wanted it to. And maybe if you have like the world's driest skin type, this actually could be a benefit because it's so thick, so occlusive. But for me, a firm pass, and not one that I'll be trying again. Now, finally, I want to come on to this product. This is numbuzin. They're getting a lot of buzz, it's kind of in the name, at the moment online. Lots of people loving their products and calling them out for being absolutely fantastic. If you can see on my shelf there, I've got quite a few of the numbuzin products that I'm loving. Their serums, so good, would definitely recommend. They do like an oil cleanser that smells divine, and it's my current oil cleanser of choice. Really impressed with the brand, with the exception of this. This is their porcelain-based Skip Tone Up Beige Sunscreen. So they have released the testing on this, which is a big tick in the box. We know what we're getting in terms of protection, which I love. However, for me, this is just the wrong shade. It is slightly tinted in a way that I said the Bliss was. But whereas the Bliss worked, this, I struggle to see who it would actually be inclusive enough to work for. So let me just work that into the skin. It kind of has a really light coloration to it. It's also really slippery and slightly greasy. I don't know if you can see that on the skin. It doesn't really blend in, and I just find it is super greasy. It leaves like a really visible like layer on the skin, and it's just really messy to boot. I think this was maybe for the Korean market where tone-up sunscreens are much more popular. They're designed to give like a brightening, a lightening to the skin, which is really popular in some countries out in Asia, particularly Korea. But for me, it was just that finish, and it almost like looks patchy as well. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but it's like really shiny, really patchy, the wrong like tone for just about any skin type, and for me, no. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of my holy grails and total fails in the skincare category. This is part of a series, like I said, that I'm going to be running here on the channel, and coming up next, we have some retinoid action, showing my favourites and fails in that category. I would love to know any of your personal recommendations in terms of sunscreen, because I'm always in the market to try new ones out, so I can review them and share the feedback with you guys. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.